What's up, Daddy Gang? It is your founding father, Alex Cooper, with Call Her Daddy.
Taylor Frankie Paul, welcome to Call Her Daddy.
Thank you.
I think let's just get right into it.
Okay.
You are on Call Her Daddy, so we can officially announce that you are this season's Bachelorette. How are you feeling?
To be honest, surreal. It has not hit me. Like right now in this moment, I'm just thinking about it, and it's like it's not real. It's not real, and it's not gonna be until I think the limo's pulling up, and I'll be like meeting the people. So nervous. How did I get here? Like in my head, I'm like, how is this happening? That is it's my answer.
Well, I would also say, like, I think people are going to be so shocked and surprised for multiple reasons. Mm-hmm. First being that this was supposed to be the season of The Bachelor. Like, there is supposed to be a man that's sitting there right now that I'm announcing, and instead it's you, which is the best surprise ever. But how did it get to be you?
I'll give my perspective. I don't know like how that worked out in my favor, but I made a TikTok actually being like, because people are like, you should go on The Bachelorette. Obviously my relationship was not, it didn't work out, or it wasn't working out, and people could see that, and they're like, you should just, go on The Bachelorette. I used to see like little side comments, so I made a funny video. And this was actually 3 years prior. I made the same video, but I was like, hey, I'm single. I think I'm looking for someone. That's what the TikTok's saying. I hope someone will take me. I'm on probation. I'm also this, and all these things aligned that actually had been. It's like a Lindsay Lohan TikTok.
I've seen it.
So, and then I literally was like, this is funny, The Bachelorette, send it off. And then once I did, like, people started tagging like The Bachelorette, like, you should. And then I don't know if that got their attention or someone was like, yeah, maybe. And then it was a joke to me, like, unattainable.
Right. I'm never going to be The Bachelorette, but I'll make a fun TikTok.
Yeah. And then I think, I heard there was some talking, and then it was like, we had a meeting, and then I still didn't believe it until like, I got the invitation of, will you be our Bachelorette? And I was just like, same thing, shaking, pacing back and forth. I was like, there's no way.
When they offered it to you, did you have any hesitations?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Talk to me about those.
I did. I guess going in my head, I'm like, okay, how do I make this work? I'm a co-parent. I have 2 baby daddies, not one. So I'm dealing with 2 different people, right? My children, my home base is here. Can I travel that long? Can I be gone that long? But then I'm also thinking on the side, I'm like, the other 2 moms, that are in my group are doing Dancing with the Stars, and they brought their family out, but also they have their husbands with them. So for me, I'm like, is this possible for me to do, like, as a single mom? Can I make it work realistically, no matter how much I want this? And, I was like, I can. If I want to, I can. You can do anything you want if you want. And it comes down to that. So I was just like, I will make it work. I have a team of people that I don't think I utilize. Like, I can have them and, help. I can ask for help more, and I don't, usually. But I came to a point where I cannot do all of this alone. So, I hired on my family, assistant, nanny, and I was just like, we're going to do it.
I mean, it's such a huge opportunity. And I also recognize that the double standards of being a woman and a mom versus being a man and versus being a father. Yeah. It's like the dads get to just go, and everyone's like, oh, he's like thriving. And if a mom ends up doing something for herself, it's like there is a double standard of like, you're such a bad mom. Mm-hmm. How could you do this? So I do appreciate you sharing that. Like, there's like a lot of conversations that had to be had in order for you to think about taking this journey with yourself, because it also involves your family.
Yes.
What was your family's reaction when you told them?
Also, I think very like shocking. It took a minute for people to actually like, is this an idea or are you getting it? It was the same thing. Like, and I think once we saw all the roses and whatnot, then it was like, oh, and they're all excited. My mom was like, I think this is a great opportunity. This is something so new for me because obviously I got married young, divorced, and then the first guy I met was the next relationship. So I have not done the whole meeting new people out the same, like dating at the same time. I don't know, how The Bachelor works. You're dating, right? Like several people. And so I've never done that. So that will be new to me.
You've never had a roster?
No.
You're going to have the biggest roster?
No.
Is it registering to you yet?
No. How do people do it? That's what I've been asking. Because I've been asking guys, like, how do you guys do it? I know you guys like date girls, and I've had flings, sure, when I was younger, but I'm like, this is like different. Like, do you not feel bad? Like, that's going to be really hard for me to like hurt people's feelings. Like, what if you do like 2 people?
It's going to be fascinating to watch. And I think something that we're all very excited about is you are the first Bachelorette in the history of the entire franchise to be coming from not the franchise. Like, you have not been a part of this. You're coming in fresh. You have no experience with this format. Like, what do you think is going to be the biggest adjustment for you?
All of it. Clearly. Okay. I'm be honest. I've seen the show. I've seen some, I know the Hannah Brown and like Colton. I've seen more of like, I would say the more recent years, but I am not a reality TV girl. So I don't watch reality TV. So when people are talking about all the huge stars that people know, you probably know all of them, and I'm like,
it's new to you.
Who that is. Like, sometimes I'm on a billboard and I don't know who I'm next to, besides like Kardashian, which I haven't watched reality TV. So it's not like anything against them. I like to leave my reality. My life's kind of crazy. So I like to watch the scripted of where I can like leave, where I live reality TV, right? Like, that's my life. Cameras are not, is chaos, as you guys, some people have seen.
Yeah, we've all seen it. But I also think something that I think is exciting, and when you're saying that, is that exact fact that you aren't familiar completely with the format. And I think what I am excited for you and ABC to do is like, let's lean into that, right? Like, let's see these moments where previously people will be like, well, I was a contestant and I know how to act on a group date. And now when I'm the Bachelorette or the Bachelor, I know how those things go. You're going to be like, I have no idea what's going on, and I'm just going to go by what I feel, which I think is another part that's going to really excite people and make the viewing experience different.
Yeah. Like, I don't have notes of like how this works or what, because my friends have seen it. We were practicing a rose ceremony and they're all there they're pretending to be the men. And I'm like, okay, William, I was literally practicing and I was giving she's like, no, you don't do that before, you like do that after. And so I was like, okay. And like,
you're going to be like, what's your name over there with the black shirt? Yeah, you get a rose.
Like, you with the blue eyes.
Get over here.
I'm like, is there a name in here? Like, I don't know. That's the thing, is I don't know. And I know like some, but not to the extent of like my friends. They knew what they were doing. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to ruin it. Like,
you're not going to ruin it. You're going to make it your own. And I think that's why this season, like, the world is about to freak out when they find out that you are officially the Bachelorette. I do have to ask, because obviously people are obsessed with the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. Can we confirm you are still going to be on that show?
Yes.
We're doing both.
Yeah.
Your fame has been such a topic of conversation with the other women on MomTok throughout this entire ride. How do you think being the Bachelorette will impact those friendships?
I would think sorry, just think about CMA, but like
you're gonna go for a PR answer, like, I think they'll be happy for me, and then I'm like, bitch,
no. Okay, learning lesson for all of us. I will say, including myself, in that moment, I was a little upset within the 24 hours. We've already discussed that, okay, enough. But I think most of them are going to be happy for me and support me. I can't speak for everyone and what they actually truly think. You never really know. But I think we're all kind of doing our own things. And so that's nice that everyone's getting their own shots. And so then you could be like more of like, it's not just about her. And so I love that 2 of our girls Dancing with the Stars. I'm so excited. I want to be at their first show. I've been so like, I wanted that for them because they wanted it so much. And I like when they both got it, it was amazing. And then obviously you have Macy with her book tour coming up, and she's going to be doing that, and probably other things that are in the works that I might not even know about.
Wait, so have you told them that this is happening?
Yes.
All of them?
I think, most of them. Yeah, I think almost all of them know. Yeah, all of them know.
And did anyone give you a not so positive response?
No.
All positive?
All positive. They're like, everyone was like, this is exactly like what you need. And I think it's more so like, get out of the cycle you've been in. Like, obviously I've been kind of repeating the same things, and it's just like, it's uncomfortable. It's unknown. But do it,
So you don't think anyone's going to be having side group chats about this?
I mean, I won't. I can't say, but I don't know. I don't know. I guess we'll see on whatever season we'll be on. You know, like I don't know.
Fair. I can't believe I finally get to say this. Call Her Daddy is brought to you by Stouffer's. You don't even understand. Daddy gang, let me set the scene for you, okay? It is 6 o'clock. You get home after a long, stressful day of work, and you feel like you can't make one more decision, right? You're burnt out, you're tired, but you realize you're starving. It is dinner time, but even just thinking about what to make feels so overwhelming, okay? The fridge is empty, obviously. The idea of cooking sounds miserable and all you want is something easy, delicious, and satisfying. That is where Stouffer's comes in hot, literally. When the clock strikes dinner, think Stouffer's, because that is literally what I did my entire childhood, okay? Dinner dread is real, and as someone who hates to cook, figuring out what to make or even just to like order, I don't need that stress in my life. I really don't. I cannot tell you how many times I've been so grateful to come home. I open the freezer, boom, Stouffer's, boom, which one do I want, okay? Whether it's a slow night or a night in with Matt, Stouffer's has been my favorite tasty meal since day one. Shout out to my mother. She and I would eat the mac and cheese. That was like a weekly staple. Their lasagna is actually incredible. Oh my God, the Swedish meatballs, my favorite. Oh my God, the turkey and mashed potatoes with gravy. Oh my God, the turkey tetrazzini, you guys. Stouffer's delivers big on flavor with great ingredients in every single frozen meal. For nearly 100 years, it has been the dependable choice for bringing friends and family together so we all can spend less time cooking and more time enjoying the moment. So skip the chaos, cancel the internal dinner debate, and solve dinner dread with Stouffer's. Shop now at your nearest retailer today. Stouffer's, I love you. Okay. We need to talk about some pictures that you recently posted of a man with a guitar.
Okay.
The internet was absolutely freaking out when you they thought soft launched this relationship with this man. What is going on, Taylor?
Okay, so here's the thing: it's me. I do curveballs all the freaking time of being like, what? Huh? And I know that's people's reaction. That's the freaking point. And it wasn't a soft launch, whatever. I've met the guy twice. And so it was funny. I thought it was
the ABC is literally like code red. What is she doing? They're probably like, wait, what's going on?
No, they did. Right? They're like, wait, so like what's, I'm like, guys, it's okay. Like I do this all the time.
They're like, shit.
I like to know. I like to just like, what's going on? Like I'd like to confuse people. It's fun. And it's entertaining. I don't know. So I guess I didn't really think that one too much through because I'm like, but, and then it said, and I was like, okay, I can understand how this looks. But to be honest, I'm going to be honest. I've met him twice. Likable guy. He's great. Are we official? No, I don't know the guy, right? Or is it a relationship? Nothing along the lines of like people soft launch. Like how I don't know him, you know?
So why did we post a photo of him?
Well, I see it wasn't real. You didn't know who it was. Really? So like what's going on?
You know the internet though. They like sleuthed so hard. I think they found him.
I didn't know it would be like FBI work like that. I was like, oh shit, okay. But it doesn't matter. It's the same story. Like he's a great guy. He's nice. He's like respectful. And I wanted to date a little bit before. And that's the point is like I haven't dated. Like I need to get back into it. And don't people date before they go on a dating show? That's the point.
Yeah.
And so
you guys just had like maybe a summer fling situation.
Not even. It's so, I don't think people know how like recent this is.
Okay,
like,
wait. Where do things stand between you guys? Does he know you're going on the Bachelorette?
Yes. Okay. So he's not from Utah. He's from a different state. And so I was like, hey, I don't know you. You don't know me. We seem like we'd vibe. Come visit.
Wait, how did you meet him?
Okay. At TikTok Live, he was singing and playing guitar. And he doesn't normally, I don't think it was like new to him too. So I was like, dude, this guy's got a voice. And I've never sat and watched a TikTok Live really, nor do I write on them. Okay, so I was the one who was like, you have a really good voice. Can you play this song? And he's like, oh, hey, Taylor. Okay, get this. It's actually a fun story right here. So you can't go in, when you're on a live, you can't look at people's like who they are technically. You can see the name. So I was like, that's a good song, blah, blah. He's like, hey, Taylor, like, where are you from? And I was like, Utah, Mormon state, blah, 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 like teasing. And he's like, oh, yeah, my ex-girlfriend used to watch that Mormon wife the Mormon wife show. And I was like, oh, I made an appearance in it one time. And he was like, no way, you did? And so I was like literally just like teasing him. And then he ended up looking me up after the fact and probably was like, oh, she was just like totally bullshitting me. Like, and he was like, what the fuck?
Oh my God, so he flew out. You guys hung out twice.
Yeah, it's only been twice.
Okay, how would you feel if he showed up, though, on the season?
Okay, going back to your original question, like, I did tell him, I was like, when he got here, I was like, oh, by the way, I'm doing The Bachelorette. And he was just like, oh, like that's like there's no feelings there. So it's like, cool. And then he obviously he was like, oh, I was like, would you ever do it? The next time he came, I was like, would you ever do that? Come on in. He's like, I don't really want to date on like reality TV. Like, he's just like a good soul. And for me, all my friends were like, green flag, green flag. The fact that he didn't hop onto that.
Right. That he wasn't like, ooh, sign me up. Tell the producers to put me on.
Yeah. It was like, he's like, go do your thing. You know, if you meet someone, we weren't meant to be. And if not, like, maybe I'll be here. And I'm like, oh, you're like mature.
Okay, I can't help but be like, why do I want him to like come halfway through and crash the season and show up?
Okay, so I did have that thought. I was like, okay, so he has all these like these high, so at least I know that there's a good guy there, and it's like maybe I do meet someone and that wasn't meant to be, but like let's just say I don't like anyone, because I asked that. I was like, well, what if I don't find someone? Like, how does this work? Like, like, well, if you don't find someone, you don't find someone. That's that. And so if, let's say, we're down the line, I'm like still not feeling it, then I was like, would you be open to it? And he's like, if it's at the very end and you still had your mind on it, then yeah, I'd be open to it.
I think though what's exciting for you, Taylor, is like you just said, because I've been there. When you have only had like 2 serious relationships truly, and you get out and you have the mindset like, I'm about to start dating. At first, it's terrifying because understandably, we're all our own worst enemy. And we're like, oh my God, I'm going to be so awkward. And like, how do I like flirt and how do I be cool and whatever. But then when you start to find your groove, it's like fun and you actually enjoy yourself. And then you start to be like, wow, I have these options and I can, you know, do whatever I want to do. And so as much as it's exciting with him, I love that you were like, I just realized there's a nice guy out there that has like green flags. What a concept. And I have a feeling that when you get to the mansion, you're going to find a lot of those and you're going to be like, wait a second, this is what it's supposed to feel like. I should be courted. I should be treated well. I should have all these great experiences. And I'm excited for you to experience that. So yes, we like him, but I think it's going to be exciting to also see how many other guys you end up liking.
Yes. And I also,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. And another guy, you know, I was like asking for advice from him. He's just like, you don't have to be so quick to close. Like, it's like there's like this timeline, like, because he was going to take me out on a date with, and I met Dakota, and then he was going to take me on a date now. And then he thought like, are you dating people? Like, he's like, why is it so fast on the closing? You know? And I'm like, that's a good question. He's like, ask yourself that, and make them work for it. Like, make them work for it. Like, show them. And if they like you and you're dating other people, then they're going to step up their game, really.
You just mentioned Dakota. Let's talk about your ex, Dakota. You're like, did I say that?
It was eventually going to come up, let's be honest.
A huge storyline of Secret Lives was your relationship with your ex, Dakota, this past season. I'm assuming going on The Bachelorette means that you two are done for good.
Yeah. Yes.
It's over.
It's over. And we'll see that play out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who made the final call to end it?
I did.
So you officially think it's over with him?
I don't think. I know.
Okay.
Yes.
When was the last time that you guys hooked up?
Let me think on that one, actually.
You're like, Alex.
It's like sweating in here. Like,
like, is this Call Her Daddy? Where am I? What's happening?
No, I can't remember at the top of my head, to be honest.
Stagecoach?
Oh, yeah. That might have been maybe one after. Maybe one or two.
Okay. Maybe a couple after.
Yeah. Okay. Again, it's been very confusing, if I'm being honest. And I did want to end up with him. That was no secret to anybody. It still isn't. It wasn't a secret. And I'll always admit that to whoever asked me, did I love him? Absolutely. I had a baby with him. I wanted to be with him, but it just did not work out. There were certain things that were forever closing for me. And again, everyone will see that. And I can't speak on that yet, but it closed the book for me, but it was really hard to let go. That was a hard pill to swallow, that I can't be with you now. And like, there was no pain like it. I will say that was one of the hardest, this last summer was one of the hardest summers I ever had, because I was like, oh my gosh, Taylor, you have to accept that you're not ending up with him. And to walk away from someone you initially wanted is a pain that I can't describe to anybody unless if someone's done it. So it was hard to let go fully. And it's like, but did you hook up and this and that? And it's like, yes, I loved him. Like, I wanted to be I won't be with him, but that was a hard one I had to let go, and it was hard.
Dude, I think it's so hard, and I think a lot of us have been in those type of relationships where it ends so poorly, but then there's still a part of you when you were the one that was like hurt and done wrong where you're like, I want to still like have a couple last moments with you because like, fuck, I wish this didn't end the way that it did.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like it's hard to let go. Like it is like I wanted this, like, and it's not that easy to be like, okay, F you. Yes, you do say that, but like it still was not easy. And I did have those those setbacks, and I won't lie about them. Like I had them.
And I love that you're being honest though, because girls watching and listening, like we've all been there where you're like, okay, how am I going to tell my friends that we were just together last night? And you're like sitting there in the morning being like, okay, I'm just going to tell them. And we've all been there. So you almost can't judge yourself because that just means like you still need a little bit more closure, and that's okay. And a lot of times I actually really believe it takes finding someone new.
Yes.
Because when you're just still in that rhythm, it's so hard to be like, okay, so now I'm just going to go sit in my room and stare at the ceiling.
Literally.
If you don't have a guy taking you on a date that you actually like.
Yeah. I now understand that because my friends were like, you just need to like get under someone else. And I'm like, maybe not. Like I was like, I don't want to go that route this time. Like I don't want to do that. And I didn't, to an extent of that wasn't my intention, but to have maybe a new crush that, distracts you, or there are other guys out in the world. You have to remember that because you hone in, you're like, no one else, but there is.
And you did that and you were like, wait, green flags, I'm having a great time.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my gosh.
This guy.
Yes.
Okay, wait, have you told Dakota that you're going to be the Bachelorette?
I have not confirmed it with him. So I don't know if he knows or if I knew I had the opportunity. I haven't taken it. He doesn't know as of. So he might know when does this come out?
Wednesday.
Yeah, so he'll know Wednesday.
How do you think he'll react?
I think probably sad. If anything he says is real, I would say sad. He does know that I was dating and meeting people, so that we've already had that first hurt, I guess. I think that's the hardest part is you see their first dating or hookup or whatever it is. That's going to always like take a toll no matter what. And I can even say that with my ex-husband, right? It was always the first are just like, whoa,
But this is like official. Like you're moving on.
Yeah.
Do you think he'll watch?
Yes. I think he's always watching as of now. And maybe it takes him to like someone new and focus on her. And then maybe it'll be different. I can't say. But
okay, well, now that you will be announced, they can finally start casting the men for your season. I want to walk through what your dream man is today, okay?
Okay.
We're going to start with age. What is an ideal age range for you?
I think, I would 30s, early 40s, youngest is the late 20s, but I think preferably 30s.
How much younger would you go, you think?
27, 28, the lowest.
Yeah. And what is the highest you would go?
Probably 42, 43. So that's about a 10-year difference.
Yeah. Does he have to be willing to move to Utah?
Yes. Yep. I mean, I'm sorry if that is a make or break for them, but yeah, I am in Utah and I have 2 baby daddies. I'm going nowhere. So you will be moving to me in Utah. So if you like me enough, you will be moving.
You will be moving.
Hey, Utah's pretty cool. Utah's not that bad.
What is an ideal career for him?
Like what?
Yeah, like what do you want him to do?
Oh, see, that doesn't
matter.
Doesn't matter. Obviously, I want him to be like hardworking, motivated. Like I prefer that. I don't, want just someone that's not, right? Because you're also like, I have 3 kids, and I don't want to be mom and dad. Like that's what I am now, and it's really hard. And yes, they have their dads, but I'm speaking in my own home, right? Like I'm doing a lot of things besides my support of my family. But at nights, it's me. I have to wait till they go to bed to have a shower. Like things you typically can do, I can't do until I have a helping hand. So, yeah, I just want them to be like willing.
Would you be down for like an influencer, social media creator type person?
I would. I'd be open to it. Preferably not, but I would be open to it.
Would you be okay if you remain the breadwinner?
Yes.
Okay, what does his ideal date night look like? Like, what are you hoping he's doing on a date night for you?
See, that switches up because I do love, obviously, if you were to surprise me with the cute, like, let's say a out fun activity date, that's awesome. But to be honest, like I also love a really chill date. So if we were just to go grab freaking fast food somewhere, put on our Crocs and sweats and go and get to know each other and just talk for hours and hours, I love that because you're getting to know them. I don't really want to jump into, I've done the whole jumping into like either if you're just like hooking up, and I always regret that because it's like I just gave you a really special thing, you know, and that I like to lead up to that. I want to do that. And then also I love communicating and talking, not just like you can go distract yourself with the games, the arcades, jet skiing, whatever it is. Sure, those are fun and I want to do those, but I want to get to know you.
I'm excited though you saying that because I think that will play really well into The Bachelorette, because although the format is so beautiful and romantic and you're doing these incredible extravagant trips, when it comes down to it, the way that you actually find your people by the end is by having very intimate conversations.
Yeah.
Although you'll be like on a fucking Ferris wheel or some shit in the middle of France, you're going to be like, okay, wait, no, but tell me about your life.
Literally. And I'll be asking details that they don't like to, I make them very uncomfortable, I've learned. And I ask the nitty gritty. I'm like, so, your last girlfriend, like, why did that end? And what, like, what's the last position? Like, what, like, I literally like to, it's weird. Like, it's not even, you can call it, I just like to know, and I'm teasing to that extent, right?
Yeah,
if I'm knowing.
No.
I'm like,
girl, are you kidding me? Literally, when I met my husband, I was like, let's talk about every single girl you've ever dated in your life. He was like, you're insane. I was like, I know. No, but actually tell me.
Yeah, no, seriously. I like to know like the background of you, and not even just girls, but your family. Like even church will be a fun one to like learn about new churches, because I'm open to any religion. Like,
okay, wait. So confirming, does he need to be Mormon?
No.
Have you told your family that?
Yes, I preferably not.
Okay.
I mean, I'd be open to Mormons. I'm obviously, because I'm Mormon, but like he doesn't have to be.
Okay, it's night one. He's walking out of the limo. What do you want him to be wearing, ideally?
Don't they all kind of have to wear tux?
Well, I feel like as the night progressively goes on, some of them are showing up in like swim trunks. And like, it gets a little crazy. You want him in a tux.
Oh, that, or I would actually be fine with like jeans and a t-shirt.
You're like, wear your sweatpants and your Crocs.
I'd be like, hey, if they know me, if they've done studies on me, they know that they're like, I can show up in Crocs and she'll be
Watch
fine.
every man shows up in fucking Crocs. What is something at an entrance moment with a guy that would be an immediate no?
Ooh, that's a good one. I have not thought that far. An immediate no. Okay, honestly, this is a big ego, and you can tell that off energy. And so if someone's like, and I know they're trying to impress, there's a difference, I think, between impressing and you can just tell their ego. So if I feel like it's a really strong one, to me, it's going to be like, I think it's unattractive.
I completely agree. Okay, as I said, the entrances progressively get more and more insane, and like shit gets really weird. How would you feel if a guy rolls up and performs a striptease?
I would actually probably low-key love it. It'd be entertaining. I'm like, it would probably, switch up the night.
Yes.
Because, you're probably doing some of the same, like, getting to know you, and then someone just comes and strips. I'm like, hell yeah, let's switch it up. Let's go. He'd probably get everyone
rose.
gets a rose?
He'd get a rose.
Yeah, he's not going home night one.
Oh my God. Okay.
But that doesn't mean everyone comes stripping. Okay, I can only handle one of that.
One boy.
Yeah.
Okay, he comes in jeans, no shirt, on a horse, and then lassos you in.
Definitely, he's not going home night one either.
Dude, we're giving everyone the playbook. They're all gonna roll up. I'm obsessed.
I'm an open mind too.
I love it. You're also down to have fun, which I think is good.
Yeah.
Okay, last one. He pushes a stroller up the driveway, looks you in the eyes, and says he's ready to be a stepdaddy.
He might get that impression rose. The stroller wins.
He gets the first impression rose.
Okay, maybe not that far, but he's not going home night one either.
So he's getting the rose.
Yeah.
Okay, people, like you had mentioned, you don't need the guy to be Mormon, which I think a lot of people were probably wondering, right? Because you're on a show called Secret Lives of Mormon Wives and you are Mormon.
Yeah.
But I think you have been criticized for not being Mormon enough because of the way that you live your life publicly. What is your take on that?
So for me, I always say, I actually just had posted a TikTok and there was a comment saying like, hey, like you don't have to be in this cult religion to find happiness, because I'm in the video, I'm reading the Bible, and it's the Bible, not the Book of Mormon is what I'm not reading in the video. So just make that clear. So to me, just to have those foundations, and I do preferably want someone that, does believe in God, right? Because when you're raising your children, and it can get confusing when one doesn't and one does. And I do think about those things, and that's where also like I'll try to get to know them and where they stand on that. But I'm up for hearing their side of it, because I have been also told look, you believe so firmly in something and I can respect that, but there is also, I don't believe in it, and maybe you can respect that because we both don't have proof on it. And that's where faith comes in, right? I can't show you that it's real, but I can only believe, and that's faith. And then also there's a point that he can't prove that it isn't, right? And so I was like, that's a good take on it. Like, you're right. I can't prove anything, but I think the foundations of like even Christianity is kind of all like just like love, family, service, all the basics is what I really care about, and how you treat other people. I don't really care what religion you are. How do you treat other people? That is what I look at.
As you're saying that, I'm curious, like, how has your family handled, obviously with the success of the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, the spotlight on you guys not being Mormon enough?
Really, I think for the most part, well, obviously I have the thick skin that I do because of them, because I don't think be here today with all of the criticism I've gotten, you know? So they've made us very tough, and in a way of, yes, my mom was growing up very blunt and honest, and I think that's a good thing because I was able to take what I take on now today because I was always told the truth, even if it was the hard truth, right? And they were pretty laxed. I think they're very like, we just understand, like, people make mistakes, and yeah, people do all these things that Mormons say, oh, that's not how we live. That's not like, yes, it is. Yes, it is. Some of us do. It's just behind closed doors. You're not willing to show it. And that's why it broke the freaking internet, because a lot of us do those things, but it was very image based. Like, this is how we live. We do no wrong. Oh, yes, everyone does. Any religion. We all make mistakes. We're all freaking human. We're no better than anybody else, but it pissed people off because it's like, but that's not what we believe in. Okay. It doesn't matter if I drink. That doesn't make me a bad person. If I smoke, if I take a sip of coffee, all the freaking rules, it doesn't make me less of a person than you. And that was the point of it. And I still stand by that.
Call Her Daddy is brought to you by T-Mobile. Have you ever met someone and they're the total package, right? Well, that's what it's like being with T-Mobile. You will not believe what you can get with Magenta Status, Daddy Gang. First off, it's amazing coverage, okay? You're connected wherever life takes you. At home, overseas, in the air, even off the grid. Plus, you get unbeatable value from day one. And that's not even the best part. You can get perks on travel, dining, concerts, streaming, and more. With T-Mobile, you're a member with Magenta Status from day one, Daddy Gang. So experience amazing value, next level connectivity, and access to exclusive benefits. With T-Mobile, you can have it all. No more settling. We do not settle, Daddy Gang. I love having T-Mobile because it means I have access to Wi-Fi on planes, which is without a doubt necessary right now. Even as I'm heading off to a random trip, I'm like, boom, tuning in, boom, thank you, T-Mobile. Plus, with Magenta Status, there are amazing restaurant perks. And when I'm in a new city, I always want to try and just get the best local cuisine. So experience Magenta Status at T-Mobile.com/benefits. A huge part of the Bachelorette is exploring your physical connection with the men on the season. How did growing up in the church impact your relationship to how you felt about sex?
Very obviously taboo. So if I'm doing it, I'm not talking about it. I'm not telling my parents. I'm not telling anybody. I was very, I don't want to say secretive, but I was very like, oh, like I felt shame, guilt. So it's going to be a secret. And that I think is where everything, the irony in that is where I'm like, when my shit came out, I was like, but why hide it? Because I am already doing it. Like, so, oh, well, just freaking own it at this point. Like, so yeah, it's something, obviously we're taught, don't have sex until you're married. And I have, I go back and forth with this too, with people's opinions, because I see what they're saying. Obviously it does prevent a lot of things of like pregnancies or STDs or just things that like it does affect you if you're having sex, right? Like, but at the same time, I hate that I felt like if I did do it, I wasn't married, that I'm this awful person and to sit in that shame. And I've also done that, like for an experience I have done that where I've cried after a lot and I'm like, oh my gosh, I did something so bad. And like the guy was like really nice and he was just like, but you didn't, you're not a bad person. And he was trying to convince me and I'm like, but I am. And like, it's just almost like you grow up with this this guilt of it. And I don't know if that's already just engraved in how we were raised, but and that's no one to blame. I think we were like, obviously my parents, their parents taught them that, and so on and so forth. And within our church, I think a lot of LDS members could relate to that. Like very taboo. And when that would come up, a lot of people are still uncomfortable. Like it's sacred. And I do understand that too. It's personal. And some people, maybe it should be personal too. Like I think moving forward for me, I don't probably want to be talking about my sex life, to be honest. I've been there. I've done that. I've broadcast it to the world and in so many different ways. But I think moving forward for me and my peace, I think that's something I do want to be personal with my next person and maybe not talk so much on it. And maybe that's just something I've grown into, you know?
So going on The Bachelorette, obviously the fantasy suites are this like huge conversation around each season. Because, you know, we see you guys go on dates. We see everyone form these connections. But then when you're down to 3 people, the fantasy suites come into play. Yeah. Have you thought about how you are going to approach them?
I have, and I have it set down.
Oh my God.
But going prior to that, so I don't know if you watched the Kelsey season. They're Kelsey and Joey.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I watched some of it.
Okay. So in the fantasy suites, they never talked about it. And I wanted to know because obviously he ended up picking Kelsey, but I'm like, but did he sleep with all of them? Did he sleep with 2 of them? Because you could tell he loves Kelsey. But for me, obviously, if someone had said they loved me and they slept with all of us, it would be a deal breaker for me. Like it would be. So I was so curious. I'm like, wait, I need to know, did they not? And they never spoke on it, which maybe out of respect, that's something he didn't want to share. And so I also respect that. I'm like, okay, maybe he just didn't want his sex life being broadcasted and him and his future potential wife, you know? So I kind of respect that too. It was never said. So for me, I do know how I'm going to go into that, but I don't want to give that away yet, right?
No, that's fine. That's fine. Let's say that ended up happening. You had 2 connections, or 3, and it ended up getting physical, and then the men judged you for that. How would you handle that moment?
Obviously, I'd feel lots of guilt. I'd feel shitty. And yeah, how can you be telling these, like if there's one specifically, let's just say hypothetically, I'm telling one that I want him in my head, or I'm telling him maybe on there. And then I do that, to me, it's like, well, you didn't like me that much because you wouldn't have risked me. And so I've been on the other end of that, right? So for me, I would be like, yeah, I wasn't enough because you knew the risk of like, if you did do this, potentially you could lose me.
It's so hard though, because I agree with you. Because if I was in the position, I'd be like, wait, if I'm the front runner, how are you literally sleeping with this person? But what about me? I think where it becomes complicated. And
is that what you signed up for?
A little bit. And I guess my question to you would be, and everyone's different, but I think a physical connection is so important in a relationship.
True.
And I think, which is going to be interesting to see with your season, is we can sit here all day and strategize, and you can be like, Alex, I am going in and I have a plan that if I know my front runner, maybe I will hook up with them, but no one else. And then how many seasons have we seen where they're literally standing with the producers in the back room being like, I'm going to lose my mind. I love them both. Like, I'm literally in love with 2 people. What do I do? Yeah. And if you're in that situation, Taylor, is it fucked up to be like, yeah, do you have to find out then what the physical connection is? Because what if you are not as physically attracted or compatible with someone?
Yeah, I know. And
I'm not saying this is going to happen, but do you know what I mean?
I feel that. And it's funny because my mom's back right here watching because I've told her that. And I'm like, Mom, you have to test the car before. Like, how do you not know? And like, that's a huge thing in marriages. And if you don't connect, that could be a huge issue down the road when you're married. Like, and I do think that. And so that's where it gets confusing for me because I'm like, I understand the waiting game. But in that situation per se, 2-3 people, for me, I would feel disrespectful doing it to 2 people. And that's not to say like, if there's another, person doing that, to each their own.
Yeah. I also think in previous seasons, the biggest note to anyone who has done that, it almost hasn't even been about them doing it and that's why people are mad. It's the lack of communication that comes with that, where it's like, be straightforward. Be like, I know this is the hardest thing to say. I'm very torn right now. And so like, I need to explore both 100% in order to know at the end. And like, but people never fucking do that. But I get it because it's so hard because you're in the moment and then words get jumbled and you're like, okay, so you're going to try to be straight up.
Yes, I think like you just said, be honest, because I think I can go back from my own experiences of like, the issue is what you didn't tell me. Like, I was blinded by it.
Yes.
That's where it hurts. It's like the betrayal of it. So I think if you're straight up, but I also do think in my mind, if I'm trying to think of the flip side. Let's say I'm one of the runner-up girls. This is the Bachelor. He likes me. He's telling me this. And then he sleeps with all of us. To me, I'm like, but I wasn't your special one then. I'm not that special because you just risked me and you just lost me. So I do see that. And maybe that's the wrong mindset, like going into this. I don't know. But for me, like, I think if you're wanting one, and let's just say, yeah, you are in love with both, but I think there is one you like more than the other.
I agree with you. One has to be a front runner in your heart and in your soul. But I think it takes a lot to get to the point of how you know that person is the right one.
True.
Because sometimes you don't see people for a long time, or you have more dates with one. Like,
true.
Girl, I'm stressed for you.
Okay, yeah. Honestly, I don't know.
You're like, I actually take back everything
I just said. Ow. No, the thing is, because I've never experienced it. So when you're saying, yeah, you could say this all day, but you've never done it. So how do you know? And you're right.
What would your reaction be if one of the guys that was a front runner said that he wanted to wait till marriage for sex?
That's a hard one. I would respect it because I'm like, oh, you're being respectful, but
you're like, oh, my family would love you, but
that, gosh damn, that's a hard one. Cause like you said, see, I think there's a difference between, but like, I would be like, okay, if we were like the only ones and we were dating and we had time, but like to be married, I would probably say I want to date. I also, if there's an engagement, whatever it is, the process, I still am like taking my time with that too. So I'm not getting married like tomorrow. So how long are you willing to wait? And so that could be an issue down the road.
You, like we said, have been married, and you've talked about in the past that you kind of felt pressured at that point in your life to get married. Mm-hmm. The Bachelorette obviously ends an engagement. Mm-hmm. How are you feeling about that? Like realistically, a man getting down on one knee after this, putting a ring on your finger. Tell me how you feel.
I mean, I feel like I am not one that's going to do it unless I feel that I'm ready for it. But let's just say I do find the man of my dreams and he's there and I fall in love. If we get engaged, I do want to take the time to be engaged and like still get to know him, because obviously it's no secret that this is a short-lived process. So I do want to take that time. Again, it's going to be my third serious relationship. I have children. It is a lot more serious rather than some like, I'm not a young girl just dating and like it's not going to be like that for me. It just isn't. And that's okay. But I would still want to get to know that person, and the engagement, I obviously I can see it, because to me, if something were to come up that is alarming, you can break it off, but it's not a full-on marriage where you're going through divorce and whatnot. And then also there's that time to grow and get to know him, and then even it's even more beautiful because it's a story, and then you get married, so it can go both ways. But I'm a very honest person. I'm going to say it as it is, like, and I'm only going to do it if it's the right person.
What is something in the past that you thought you wanted in a partner romantically, and now you're like, I don't want that in a person anymore?
Okay, I've learned that I cannot do the life of the party guy. I can't do it. I can't do the class clown. And I'm attracted to that. Yes, I am. I'm like, oh yeah, because they're your vibe. They're like high energy. Like I'm that way sometimes, but passive is what I've learned that I think is best for me. Like someone that is like personality, fun, but like do your thing. I'm one that cannot be controlled. It actually makes me worse, or told what to do. That is something that I'm all for like advice or like compromise, that I can do. But when they're like, for me, I've learned I went from one extreme to the other of like, yes, very passive, kind of do your own thing, to one of very, let's do everything together. And so when I found that, I was like, oh my gosh, I love this. He wants to do everything with me. And then it's like, oh, okay, like it becomes a lot. And then I think I need someone in that middle.
Yeah, it's almost like you can kind of use your past experiences to make sure you're shaping yourself around the right human being. Because again, when you've only had like 1 to 2 experiences, it is tough to be like, wait, what else is out there?
Yeah.
And you're going to have 20 plus men and you're going to be you're going to be overwhelmed with the amount of different
know.
personalities, but the life of the party is so fucking real. It's so attractive in the moment.
It is.
And then after like the 5th party, you're like, okay, wait, I'm like over here. Like, hello, can you stop doing that?
Yeah.
I want to talk about your ex, Dakota, in terms of throughout that relationship, you were very vocal that you kind of always felt like something was off.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think you kept trying to convince yourself that you should stay?
Because I thought in my mind that it was me. A trauma. Like it was too much back to back. So I got divorced. I had it go public. I had a miscarriage. I had another miscarriage. So for me, it was a lot of like my own decisions, and then some were not my own. Like obviously losing, having 2 miscarriages back to back was not my decision, right? Like, and then so that is postpartum. I'm in postpartum, and so I felt like, you're right. I just have a lot going on. There's a lot of trauma here. I need to work through this. It was always like, I believed that I'm feeling off because I'm scared. There's just so much back to back that I'm not in my right mind is what I felt like. And so for me, I was almost convinced like everything's okay. You're just scared because you've been through so much pain. And so I believed that. And so I'm like, you're right. Over time, I can heal this. We can do it. And it's great. And boy, was that a learning lesson. Like, and it's just like, I will never question that intuition ever again because I'm glad I went through that. I realized how it's a gift. How spot on I am in not just that situation or that relationship, but in other circumstances. It has been spot on almost to the actual thing. And it's actually, I'm surprised with myself. I'm like, oh my gosh, like how did I know? Like so many things. And so for me, that voice is so there and loud now. And moving forward with someone else, I will know instantly. Like the fact that if I even have to question that, I know it's there.
You have your answer.
But that in itself, I get pissed because I'm like, Taylor, you knew, and you literally did not listen to yourself. You trusted someone else over your own gosh damn self. Like you literally, like I get resentful with myself. But I'm like, okay, I can't change it. We can't change the past. So I'm going to have to accept that happened. I'm going to have to accept that I ignored it and to never do that again. So in my future relationship, if there's an inkling of like question, wondering, I will never feel that anxiety ever again in my bed, like with someone. Like if I feel it, I'm out. Like it was what I felt. It's like when you're with someone that's, I guess it's a good situation, there's this peace that it comes with.
When you go into the Bachelorette, you're not going to have your phone to like fact check what these men are saying, and you can't sleuth and you can't look and you can't stalk and you can't do all the things that we girlies do. How do you think you're going to build trust with men in this season?
Yeah, honestly.
It's just based off of their word.
Yeah, it is. I think it's, one, a feeling. 2, you can kind of feel it, which is cool for us girls because we're like, you're bullshitting me, but let's go. Or it's just a peaceful feeling. And also, I think everything comes to the surface. So for me, I'm not worried. Like if they're lying about something and it happens to come out later, dude, like how did you think it wasn't? If please, if you haven't watched the freaking also our show, because like everything comes to the surface, and not just in my life, but I've seen it in all like friends and family's life. Like if you're lying, it's going to come out.
How do you feel about all these men having the opportunity to watch Secret Lives of Mormon Wives? Like does it freak you out a little bit? Do you want them to watch? Do you not want them to watch?
I go back and forth because obviously my first season, I was so freaking pregnant. And for me, it was like, it's hard to watch yourself be pregnant. It was 70 pounds on. I'm emotional. My life is a mess. Like, it's really hard to watch. It's PTSD. Like, for me, I'm just like, so it could scare them a little bit of like, I'll give you an example of just the guy that came out of state to visit me, right? He did not want to watch the whole series because he's like, I wanted to know you for you and not the show. And honestly, if he had watched it, he might have been a little nervous to come, right? And but he still had seen, clips and whatnot. But he said, you're just so different than I would have thought in a better way, I would hope. But he's like, you're more calm and chill. And there's like, I've been told like there's a peaceful presence, which I'll never understand that one because my mind is loud, right? So when people say that, I'm like, really? Like, it's so loud in here. What piece are you getting?
You're like, where did you get that from, babe?
Yeah, but it is. And he was like, it's been, like, I just didn't expect it. And so I think that's kind of exciting too. And if they do see it, maybe they get a whole nother side of me too that they don't know. So
that's a good point. It's like whatever version, they're going to show up, whether they watched it or not. And there has been a lot of moments that we've seen. I know that we saw one of your lowest moments play out on the show the night of your arrest.
Mm-hmm.
When you do look back at that version of yourself, like, what do you feel?
That'll never be a topic that's like that doesn't like, obviously I feel like a lump in my throat, because it's just such a hard time in my life. And so I never really even think about me in that situation. Obviously it's like my kids, because they were involved, right? Of like, they were in the house, and the charges were all dropped. I never had hurt my daughter. I never intentionally did anything with my children. I never have ever. And so that was like the hardest time, just because like I am such a passive mom and like really good to my kids. So to be known as something like that was like, that is like the worst time. But in that moment that we see on screen, I see a lot of pain. And I didn't have any tools at that time. So I was like very lost. And I remember you can hear it on the tape, and I'm like, they're like, what's wrong? What's wrong? I'm like, I'm in so much pain inside, and I'm literally like, it's on the tape. Like, I'm crying. He's like, what? He's like acting like I'm like hurt. He's like, what's wrong? What's wrong? I'm like, there's so much pain. There's so much pain. I can't. I guess I never even look at it for me, like the time. And that's why I felt guilt. It's just like, because I could have been like, my therapist is like, you were trying your best with what you knew you had. I never been through anything like that, so I didn't have the tools. And they were like, but you have to give yourself grace because you didn't know and you didn't have it. And I was like, but you could have. They're like, so you did the best that you can. And they're telling me this in therapy, but I'm like, no, I wasn't though. I wasn't for my kids. Like, I think I was being very selfish, and I've accepted that I was selfish at that time, but I've learned from it, and I've been trying to, make up for it. And obviously immense amounts of therapy and tools and learning, and made up time with my kids, and having to, deny a lot of opportunities. And it's because I want to be with my kids. Like, I did have a lot of time of grieving and loss that I don't want any more wasted time for my kids. They're only small for so long. So that is a hard topic, and just due to the, what we all know about it. But that was, one of my lowest nights on freaking TV, and it's embarrassing. But with that has come a lot of learning lessons, and I become a better mom because of it. Because in my next relationship, and even just the one, like the little dating that I've done, it's just like, I'm sorry, but I don't want to go on a date. I want to sit here and I want to ride bikes with my kids tonight. And that's what I'm choosing, because that is, to me, what feels like I should be doing on my days. That's what I should have been doing. It was a lesson learned. I
mean, I see it, the amount of pain that still lives in you. But I also think we just keep seeing your growth, even if it's not glamorous. Like,
yeah. And having to talk about it. Yeah, it's not easy. And there's no right answer on that, other than I've tried to learn from it.
There was obviously also the whole controversy over the swinging parties that you and your ex-husband would go to became the biggest conversation at the time online. Do you have any worries about how the men this season might perceive that situation?
Yeah. See, that one's also another hard one, because they can have their preconceived assumptions, and their families and their parents will probably also, like, it's not like I don't know, like, right, if their parents were to read it, they'd be like, oh, well, be careful, be safe, like, that's, But again, if they've followed anything or the journey, they go look at my Instagram, whatever, there has been such progress too, that it's just like not who I am anymore. It was 3 years ago. It was a very short-lived, learning lesson. That's another one I've learned, right? Don't open your marriage because it didn't end well. And if you have an open marriage, great. If you have your system down, great. I don't judge on that either, because obviously I tried it, but it didn't work out, and I don't think it would ever be healthy for me. And I think when you're really in love with someone, you're probably not wanting to share them. So obviously there were lots of issues in the marriages, and I would never do that again. And also even put my foot in a position, right? I think things start very innocently and not meant to be like that, or you didn't think it would get to this, or any of that. So for me, another thing is just even friendship boundaries of, like, with men, right? I have very, like, fine lines of things that I would not ever, say, or a long conversation anymore. Like, there are just a lot of things that I would never even put myself in the position to be even alluded to that or anything like it. So another learning lesson.
Call Her Daddy is brought to you by
Hidden Valley Ranch. You know what never goes out of style? Hidden Valley Ranch. Seriously, it has been around since 1954, and it is still America's #1 ranch. And there's a reason for that. It is the original, the one that started it all, and it's packed with flavorful herbs and spices, adding the perfect punch to your favorite meals, snacks, and party plates. We all know that Hidden Valley pairs well with everything. Wings? Yes. Pizza? Duh. Chicken fingers? Match made in heaven. Whether you're dipping, dunking, or topping your favorite foods, Hidden Valley Ranch is perfect for any and all occasions. Visit walmart.com/Hidden Valley to find Hidden Valley Ranch today. Hidden Valley Ranch, only serious about flavor. Call Her Daddy is brought to you by White Claw. Stop letting plans die out in the group chat. Grab a White Claw and go make some memories. 100 calories in 12 glorious ounces, gluten-free, and the taste you know and love. I like to pick up a variety pack so that I can guarantee everyone can get their favorite flavors. I am personally through and through always a black cherry girl, but Matt loves the mango and Lauren's favorite is lime. So there's truly something for everyone. It's time to come out of hibernation and stop leaving everyone on red. My friends and I strictly drank White Claw for an entire girls' trip last year, and now I can't even smell sunscreen without being reminded of that trip. It was honestly the best time ever. An ice cold claw in your hand. That is peak life. Pick up a pack from your favorite local spa and grab life by the claw with your favorite flavor. Please drink responsibly. Hard seltzer with flavors. White Claw Seltzer works. Chicago, Illinois. Okay, let's play a game.
Oh, no.
I am going to describe a man to you.
Okay.
And you are going to tell me if you would give him a rose.
Okay.
Okay. He's a hopeless romantic, but he trauma dumps during your one-on-one.
I would give a rose. Yeah. Trauma dumping. I mean, sometimes that's how you get to know someone. And I feel like what I do is also explain my story, and my story is a trauma dump. So I'm going to have to do that. So I would expect that also. So, and we have limited time. So, rose.
I was going to say, like, maybe in the real world, if it's the first date, you're like, whoa, but you have, this guy may be like, this is the only one-on-one I'm going to get for weeks. I'm taking my shot. I got to let her know where I'm coming from. So, I agree.
Yeah.
Okay. He's extremely supportive of your career, but won't be in your TikToks.
No rose. That's my life. That's my job. Like, if you don't want to, I mean, okay. Yeah, no rose.
You're like, absolutely not. Get in here and do the renegade.
Not like that. Okay, not to maybe that extent, but like I do a lot of family vlogging, and that's like what I share, and that's my kids, and I want him to be in my family. And if I have to like blur out him, I'm like, duh, I want to show him off.
Do the women of MomTok need to approve of him?
I mean, I do what I want, so no. I would like their opinion. Tell me what you think, but if you say no and I still love him, I'm going with him. Sorry.
Perfect. Okay, he's protective of you, but gets jealous on group dates.
Rose.
Are you the jealous type?
I wasn't, and then I was, and now I kind of am. Yes, but I don't want to be like the crazy jealous type. You know, I'm like, ooh, like kind of jealous, but I don't want to be possessive ever.
He got your first rose, probably from doing the strip tease.
Oh gosh.
But he has drama with the other guys.
Rose, because it could be like an alpha thing where men are like, you know, they don't like him already, because it's kind of like the Maria of the group, right? Like a lot of girls just didn't like her because she was like thriving and living her best life, and she's like, why do you guys not like me? And I'm like, yeah, why don't you guys not like her? Like, she's awesome.
It's a great point.
Yeah.
Okay, he has an amazing personality, but physically he isn't your type.
Rose.
Do you think that physical connection can build over time?
Absolutely. Yeah. But I have fallen for people that like, not fallen, but like liked people that aren't my type. And then, okay, for example, I'll just say within the swinging thing, like the one that I ended up liking was the one that everyone was like, I would have had no idea you liked him. So like in everyone's, it's just, you can surprise yourself sometimes.
Your children love him, but your mom hates him.
Yeah, that's a hard one. My mom doesn't hate a lot of people, so if she's hating him, that to me is her intuition is off, which would kind of nerve me out. So that'd be a hard one. If my mom's hating him, I probably would not.
Are you planning on introducing your kids to any of the men?
I would like to. I thought about this, and I think the last runner-ups, I don't know if it's like a 2 or 3, how it ends up for me, but yeah, I think that's very important. I want to see how they interact with kids. I want to see if they all kind of vibe, or if they even like it, or are they comfortable, or is this like, oh, like maybe it scares them, and like, oh, maybe I was ready, but now that I'm surrounded by 3 little kids, I don't know if I can do this. So I think that's a tester in itself. So yeah, I think, and I will always obviously introduce them as like very like surface based, like not like this is gonna be your daddy type thing, like very surface of like just trying to get to know them, but I want to see how they interact. Yeah, absolutely.
And you said that you would be down for a man who has kids of his own. Mm-hmm. Do you think that would be a plus? Like, do you think that would make someone stand out more, or it's like not something you're like looking for, but you're so down if they have it?
The second one, probably not like per se looking for, but if you have them, great. It's not like a deal breaker at all.
Okay, talk to me about hometowns. What are you most nervous for when it comes to hometowns?
Meeting their moms.
You're like, hey, girl.
Hey, I am.
What? She's like the biggest Secret Lives fan.
I didn't even think about that part, actually. Because what if they only like it because of the show? They don't even like me. They're like, oh, hell yeah, just the show. I didn't even think about that. Or
like
the sisters.
Asking you for tea. Oh, my, the sisters.
Like the sisters are actually the scary one. Yeah. Yes. Those are scarier than the moms sometimes, I think. Honestly, they're protective.
Do you feel like you're good with parents, or
yes.
Are you okay?
I am great with parents, and they always love me until they don't. And that's just given the circumstances. I'm sure you can assume that obviously there were hard issues there, but yes, they usually like me.
How would you handle falling in love with someone and then at hometowns you realize that you don't get along with his family?
That would be a first for me. I've never dated someone that I did not vibe with their family. Never.
Would it be a deal breaker?
I mean, I think for them, maybe. Well, yeah, if they don't like me, I can't like convince you to like me. So, but no, not if he loved me. No.
Would you need your parents' approval in order for you to accept an engagement?
I don't need their approval. I would want them, obviously. I want their advice on it, but no. If I fall in love with someone and they're like not obsessed with him, it's not up to them. So I hate to say it, but they're not the ones who have to end up with it's me. And my mom always says that we're not the ones who end up with them. It's your choice. And so I like that, even if they're not fans. But obviously, looking at my past, maybe I should listen to my parents too.
Okay, well, last season on Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, your family barbecue, we watched your parents essentially side with your ex, Dakota, a little bit. How has that impacted the way that you share your personal life with them?
It actually grew our family closer together. I don't know if it was like a reflection that they watched, and my dad has become very, just very extra caring, and like he'll check in on me, and he like, I don't know if it just like, maybe he watched it on TV and it really stuck with him and was like, whoa, like maybe I should, a reflection of like, he hasn't said it. I can almost feel it. Like he's really been great and so loving. And I think I will say maybe it touched him in a way of like, I did not even realize. And same thing with my mom. She's actually like, they've just changed since and for the better. And I don't know if it was like, I saw myself and I didn't know the extent, or maybe I just wasn't listening to you and you wanted to be heard. I don't know what it was, but things have really changed and we've been so close ever since.
Wow. So you didn't have a conversation, but after it aired, you can feel they shifted.
Oh, no, we had I mean, we all cried during it. Like It was a very hard scene. It's so real, so raw. Like, and I think there were so many heightened emotions. Obviously, yes, you see a lot of our lives, but you don't see every piece of it. So there was a lot going on right at the time. And I'm postpartum. It is very heightened, And so, I mean, that very night, my dad came up to me and like hugged me and said, I'm so sorry. Like, I love you. And obviously that wasn't even we weren't on camera, you know? So it's like things like that people don't see. But my family is so supportive. Like, they're like my ride or die crew, and they would do anything for me. And I don't know if people realize that, but they would. Are they harsh? Yes. Have we had family fights? Yes. That is
every family
I don't know
does.
if that's normal, but for us, it's normal.
Yeah.
And we bicker and fight, and we've had plenty. And sometimes we're all yelling at each other, and we go home and we're mad. And the next day we love each other. It's family.
Totally.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
If you're getting engaged, have you thought about what kind of ring you want?
no, I'm so simple. You can Amazon it for me.
Stop, Taylor.
I'm not even. Maybe okay. I'm not going to do that because it sets.
Don't put that into the world. No.
I just cut that out.
Cut that.
I'm just so simple. I'm so simple, and so I I don't want anything crazy extravagant. I'll probably lose it, to be honest. So like maybe too cheap that I could
Make sure you get insurance, whoever you are, insurance, and a backup fake one that she can wear out.
Yes. Okay. That and when it comes to materialistic things like that, I am not big on, like, or I'm not picky on. It's not about even the ring. It's the symbol. It's the meaning.
Okay.
That's what
So you're
matters.
down for whatever cut, whatever style. Okay. Love that for you. What are you most excited about heading into filming?
Excited. I don't know. It's so surreal. I think is my husband popping out of a limo here in a month, right? Like, I have to think about that. Is this like, am I getting engaged like to one of these men? Like, do I come home with a man? Isn't that crazy?
It's about to go down. Your life is about to change.
Change
Forever. You also have season 3 of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives coming out this fall.
Yes.
I know we have to be tight-lipped because we have to wait, but can you tell us anything about it?
It is a closure to a chapter of my life, but like it's like almost like a cliffhanger of like what happens next, because there is some like a chapter closing.
Okay, we're going to end with some Secret Lives rapid fire.
Oh gosh.
Who was the biggest villain of season 2?
Oh, I mean, Demi. We all knew that.
Yeah. And what is your current relationship with her?
We're fine. We're good now. Yeah, she got very humbled, which was, I said, sometimes that's great. I've been there, Demi. I've been there. I've been very on the other side. So I know what you're feeling. I know what that's like. I know what it's like also to see yourself and be like, well, take a step back. What could I have done differently? I still do that. I do that to this very day all the time. And she was very humbled. She apologized. And so it's like, you can only, when someone's trying to be better, okay.
Yeah.
That's all you can do.
Why do you think she actually didn't go to the reunion?
Probably because there was a lot of heat. I mean, Disneyland's great, but like, there was probably a lot of heat and she wasn't ready for it.
Who in the cast are you currently the closest to?
Probably Macy, Michaela, Jesse. Like, we kind of do more things together. Yeah.
Do you think you know the truth of what happened at Vanderpump Villa?
I don't think I know, and I don't think anyone who's to say if will ever know.
Are Jesse and Jordan still together?
As far as I know.
Okay. What are 3 words you would use to describe the current state of MomTok?
Cordial. Maybe a little confused. And hyped. There's a lot coming.
Has anyone left MomTok since the reunion?
No.
Okay, last question. What do you want viewers to know about you tuning into this season of The Bachelorette? There may be some people that are going to become new fans. There may be some already existing fans that are going to see you in a different light. What do you want them to take from all of this?
Well, more so if they're like, I know they're maybe a newer fan base. So if you don't know me, maybe just like a fair shot at maybe what you've heard about me, you've seen, maybe, yeah, just a fair shot as anyone else. And I am learning as anyone else, and I've more self-aware. I've made a lot of mistakes. I've learned, honestly, I'm so grateful for this opportunity. I, as well, don't know how I am here, but I'm thankful, and I can only just say thank you to everyone who's ever supported me and been here from the beginning, even through all the ugly, and stuck by me and saw this through and not just judged me and was like, she sucks, and maybe there are, and that came back through of like learning lessons, because all you can do when someone is messing up, learn from it and do better. You don't have to stay in that hole of becoming worse and worse. You can come out.
I am so fucking excited to watch the season of The Bachelorette. I am so happy. Sorry if anyone was looking forward to it. I'm happy it's not a guy. You are the best surprise. I think people are going to actually fucking shit themselves when they see this announcement. They're gonna be like, there's no fucking way. There's no way Taylor Frankie Paul is about to be The Bachelorette.
Hey, can I also say though that with everything I just said, still probably mistakes coming. I'm like obviously like,
we want the messy Taylor. I don't want you to go in there and be like,
I'm kind of I'm chaos too. Like obviously there's no secret
we want
with
that.
And so like obviously like I'm trying to do better, but I still to this day I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? Like,
girl, if there is not chaos and messiness when you date 20 plus
there's no such thing. There's no such thing with
how
me.
would
there's no such thing.
Bring that same energy to The Bachelorette and we're all gonna love it. Seriously.
I unfortunately naturally do that, so it's fine.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming on Call Her Daddy. I cannot wait to see if you have a ring on your finger in a couple months. And good luck.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been an honor to be here. You're amazing. And honestly, I look up to you because I feel like you came out of a taboo thing and you were just like, here it is. You talked about topics that's what got people's attention, because you were saying things that no one talked about. Yeah, or wanted to admit, and you got them to say it. And here you are today. So congrats to you as well.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Love you. Good luck.
Thank you.